Hey guys, welcome from beautiful New England. Here I am on the lake. I just wanted to share with you, I had one of my YouTube viewers say, I'm watching your videos with great interest, and I'm really intrigued by the accuracy of what I see, but is this something that, requires spirituality? He says, hey look, I'm an analytical guy. I tend to be the more logical type. I don't consider myself spiritual. Does that mean that I cannot do cards? And I am loving his question. I'm fascinated by it, and I did explore this a couple years back. So a couple years back on my Facebook page, I did put a post up that said, okay guys, can somebody give a good reading if they're not spiritual? And I got dozens of replies, many replies, and I was shocked that not one person said, yes, you can do this if you're not spiritual. Not one. I disagree with this wholeheartedly, and here's why. The cards, if you are spiritual, can greatly enhance your spirituality and become a part of your journey and kind of create depth for anything you do. And this is true of many things when you're spiritual. You can use all kinds of things and experiences and relationships to enhance who we are. Everything is spiritual if you see it through spiritual eyes. A rock becomes spiritual. It holds energy if you're spiritual. To some spiritual people. Everybody's different in how they apply spirituality. But if you are not spiritual, you still have the human experience, my friends. You still have emotions. You still have relationships. And if you use the Lenormand, okay, or if you use the tarot, there's information there. So let's start with the tarot. So tarot is a little bit more forgiving in terms of rules and structure. There's less of it, but it is still a very, very effective tool for exploring psychology, how we feel, how other people feel, just exploring the whole human emotional experience. You do not have to be attached to any kind of God, deity, religion, spiritual path to feel and explore those things. Anybody can explore those things. With Lenormand, it's a bit more strict. The structure is very specific. So when I'm teaching Lenormand, I always feel like I'm teaching a foreign language, teaching people how to interpret these pictographs, the structural, the semantics, the language, getting it so that you understand it says something. You want to make sure you just interpret it properly. It's like being a good interpreter for any language. Because it has such rules and structure, I'm a very strong believer that you do not need a whit of psychic ability to be a good Lenormand reading. If you are psychic, it will boost you, enhance you, and it will kind of bring up those talents. If you're not, you can still read those cards if you know the structure, the rules, the semantics. If you know how to, it's just like reading words. Okay, you are reading words with that oracle. So I think of it like teaching a child to learn how to read. When I learned how to read, we learned about structure and grammar and do's and don'ts and how to make things more clearly said and understood. And it's the same with the Lenormand. You are learning how to read words and thoughts. You do not have to be attached to any kind of God. You do not have to be attached to any kind of specific spiritual path. Like if you're not pagan or if you're not this or that you can't do it. No, that's not true at all. Anybody can do this. I can teach anybody to do it. If you're not spiritual, I can still teach you what those cards say, and you can still learn to read those cards. So when I say I'm teaching you to read, you're not just learning how to read cards. You're learning, it's like learning how to read a system, a language. So yes, I'm a strong believer that anybody can do this. I'm a strong believer that if you're spiritual, it will bring you up. I'm a strong believer that if you're not spiritual, it can still bring you up. It's still something there for everybody. The whole human experience, whether or not you have an attachment to any particular path, remains very emotional and very human. And we all have the right to explore, we all have the right to learn, and we all can do this. Psychology can be intertwined with spirituality, but you know what? If you are not a spiritual person, you still have those experiences, the good, the bad, the tough, the pleasurable. So yes, I invite everybody to do it. I think if you commit yourself more to it, because he had asked, do I have to make this a lifestyle or can I do this as a hobby? You can do this as a hobby, but you may not be as good at it. Just like learning to play an instrument, you practice more, you're going to get better. You're going to be better than the person that does no practicing. If you learn a language, you want to learn Chinese or German or French, and you practice and experience and do discussions and really put yourself through a rigorous program, that person's going to be a better interpreter of the language than the person that just listens to the tape for 30 minutes going to work once a week, and they probably won't be able to have a good conversation. So it's just a matter of practice. But yes, you can do it. Tarot, by the way, is more forgiving. You don't have to have that whole strict structure. You can just see what the emotions are going on. You can feel it more from the gut. And anybody can do this. Anybody can enjoy this. There are no limitations, and while it can enhance many paths, there's no requirement to be a part of any path to do this. It just is part of exploration. It is all personal exploration, and I invite everybody to give it a go. It really is fun. It really is. It's pretty accurate. That's the mind-blowing part, is the accuracy. That's what motivates me. Like when I exercise, the motivation is in results and seeing the muscles and seeing the changes. When I do card readings, the motivation is seeing those things unfold the way it's said. Even if I doubted it, it's there. So come along for the ride, whoever you are. You are more than welcome to join the journey.